You can see right here, I'm kind of in a stalemate right now. I'm just like, he's not moving, and we're just kind of holding tension on him. But I don't know if you saw, like there was a big kind of wake there. Now he's pulling a little bit. So you just gotta almost like, just keep that tension on him and just kind of wear him out in the weed and just slowly work him out. Today is going to be all about throwing some big worms. We got the Goguen Mondo Black and Blue Flake 10-inch. I've got a couple of big old monsters here by Zoom. These are 10.5-inch. I got one in a really cool color called Gooseberry. And then I've got Apple Plum. And then I have one more. It's not quite a Mondo worm, but it's about an 8-incher, I think, if I remember correctly. And these are the Magnum Trick worms by Zoom in South African Special. These ones just don't have a curly tail, but I love this color, so I think we're gonna start with let's start with this plum apple. It looks pretty cool. These big worms in the summer can really work good when you're trying to fish slow and low in the water. So this one's got some really cool coloration to it, if you can see that. Kind of like a South African Special style color. You know, long ribbon tail on there. Lots of glitter flakes and colors. But usually these plum colors do great in the summertime. What I'm going to throw that on, of course, is my Texas rig here. I'm going with a number 5 extra wide gap hook. This one's an offset, so it's a little off, which I like. And then I'm going to peg it. And this is a 1/2 ounce weight on here, tungsten weight. And that's what we're going to try to get through these weeds with today and catch ourselves some bass. And when I'm threading these big worms, what I'll do is go all the way to the bend. Like that. Bring them through. That way I can cover the entire offset eye there. Bring it down nice and straight. See where it's going to come out at. Bend it through. You always want to keep those worms as straight as possible. And then just embed there. Bring the little, I've got a bobber stop on here so I can peg it. There we go. Now I'm excited to get out there and start fishing. Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll basically fish right along the edge of the weed line here. Now, as we get out there, I'll show you these thick weeds still go out further. They just kind of get less dense and they kind of drop a little bit and go through here. So there's still heavy weeds under the surface here. So what we're going to do is kind of fish this like a weed line, or I should say like a shoreline. It is a weed line, but we're going to fish right along the edges here, just like we got a shore here. And we'll throw into pockets up here that you see, little coves off the points, and we're going to work our way out along all these weed beds. Now be prepared, if you get a bite, some of these fish can just dive down and hunker down in these weeds. And I always use a nice heavy line when I'm fishing this kind of style. It's not as heavy as like a punch setup, but I've got 30-pound braid down to a 20-pound fluorocarbon leader, because these guys can get down in these weeds and just hunker down. Especially if you get a nice one like a 4, 5, 6 pounder, they can just shoot down there and wrap themselves up in those weeds, and it'll just be dead weight you're trying to get out of there. And we're just getting kind of hung up in this gunk over here in a little bit shallower water. Might work out into a little bit deeper water. We haven't had much luck this morning. It's kind of been par for the course lately. It has been slow when I have had a chance to get out. what a gorgeous day. It would be even better if we could catch a fish today. Just want one. I'm not greedy. Just give me one fish. Doesn't even have to be big. I just want to catch something. Yeah, it's all about just fishing slow and methodical in the summertime. You know, I'm kind of mixing it up. I'm typically just dragging it slow. But sometimes I'll give it a little pop here and there. Be a little bit more aggressive with it, just to see if, send out those good vibrations. See if that doesn't get us like a reaction strike. Oh, it's going. It's going. Oh, what just happened? What just happened? Oh, are you kidding me? Oh my gosh. My line broke. Oh. I didn't even feel hardly any tension and my line just broke. Oh. Well, let's retie. Alright, I just retied up because I guess my knot wasn't very good and it broke on my leader line. But what I have here is a number 5 hook. We got a 1/4 or a 1/2 ounce weight up to a bobber stop right here. So these are what I use. That was my last hook in this package. But these VMC extra wide gap 5 offset hooks. I get these Harmony. These are the bobber stop or the stoppers. I'll link this stuff down below if you're interested. And we had the first bite on a Gogan. So I'm going to go back to it. We've been throwing these big worms all morning, no results at all. This is the Mondo 10-inch worm. We were throwing the whole monster 10.5-inch one. I've got these Magnum trick worms in South African Special by Zoom. Love this color. These are fatter, but they're not as long and they don't have a twirly tail or ribbon tail. So you can see they're a couple inches shorter basically with the tail. But let's just try this and see. I don't know what else to do, man. I can't get a bite. I do love this color though. One of my favorite colors that Zoom makes, the South African Special. It's kind of like a really dark plum purple color, all kinds of flakes in it. But yeah, it is just a really cool color. Now we're gonna fish it naked to start. If we don't get any bites on it, then I may start to use some of my Spike It on the tail. I've also got some like gel, some scented gel. So let's try just fishing it, this big fat worm naked to start and see if we can catch anything with this. Nothing else is working. Freaking summertime blues, man. I was basically just going to fish the big worms today, like the 10.5ers. And, oh, there's a bite. I bought this because I like the color. Something just bumped it. I had a slight little bump. Oh, he's still on there. Stay on. Oh, he feels good. Dang, that was just a subtle bump. Oh, right there. Stay on. Oh, yeah, that's a good fighter. Oh, man. We switched to that South African Special. And this guy, he's hunkered down. He's heavy. Oh, you see those weeds moving right there that he's trying to get himself all tangled up in. Wow, this is a big one. At least he sure feels big. Oh, it was just a subtle thump, and I wanted to wait to see if my line moved, and it didn't. But I went ahead and checked anyway to set that hook. Ooh, yeah, this is what I was talking about earlier in the video. I'm using 30-pound braid down to a 20-pound fluorocarbon leader in these heavy weeds, because these big bass, they just hunker down in these weeds. You can see right here, I'm kind of in a stalemate right now. I'm just like, he's not moving, and we're just kind of holding tension on him. But I don't know if you saw, like there was a big kind of wake there. Now he's pulling a little bit. So you just gotta almost like just keep that tension on him and just kind of wear him out in the weed and just slowly work him out. Okay, yeah, for not catching really any fish for about a month, this could be a nice one here to start. Oh yeah, we're just not even getting any headway on this. He wrapped himself up in there good. So sometimes I'll just let a little off and then lift again. Oh, and he is wound up in there. Get this guy out of here. Oh, I swear we had some movement there. Oh my gosh. Hour and a half, no bites. We got a nice little thump. And now this guy has gotten himself into the weeds. And we're trying to get him up out of here. I'm thinking it's definitely at least a 5-pounder. We're just not getting anywhere with him right now. Give him too much line, you know, maybe he'll untangle himself, or maybe he'll tangle himself more. So I'm going to take a little drag off so I can just do this and kind of like jerk up without breaking the line. See if this doesn't aggravate him enough to get him out of those weeds. Let's tighten it up a little bit. I've caught some big bass in this pond, but not in this exact location, so and they could be anywhere, obviously. Come on, buddy, get up here. Come on. Come on. I feel like I'm gonna run out of battery before I get this guy up here. If I even can. This is kind of crazy. Oh my gosh. Well, I may take like a 5-minute break. See if this guy gets himself untangled. 31% left on this battery. I took a 5-minute break. Just been sitting here. I cannot get this guy out. Let's try again. Oh God, just getting leverage on this guy. I wish I could get an opinion from you guys if you think I should just try to grab that line, wrap it around my arm. I'm just not getting anywhere with this guy right now. Let's try using the boat and we'll back up. Pedal power. Man, he is wrapped up on something like a branch or something. Whoa, wait. I'm just, oh, it's moving. It's moving. We're getting something. It's coming up. It's coming up. Oh my gosh, is it heavy? Oh my lord. No fight, but it is heavy. We're bringing up, I think, weeds. I feel like we're getting some movement here. Come on. This reminds me of Mako fishing out in San Diego when I was younger. Trying to bring up a freaking Mako. And you'd have guys sitting in the chair. I need one of those straps for the rod. Come on. I'm just having a hard time even staying in position. This has been going on for at least 10 minutes, guys. At least 10. I haven't felt him fight at all. I think we're just stuck on weeds right now. I just hope my line can cut through them. Oh, something just gave way. Oh, we got him. We got him. He's right there in the middle of all those weeds. Oh, yes. Oh, that took a while. Wow, that is a big bass. Holy cow. Oh my God, guys. Holy cow. That's what a 15-minute fight. This thing is the biggest bass I've ever seen. Holy cow. Wow. I could fit both my hands in his mouth. Holy cow. Oh my gosh, guys. That is insane. Look at this thing. That is a tank. Oh my gosh. Holy cow. Oh my gosh. This thing is massive. Oh my gosh. I'm just taking a break myself. We're both tired. Holy cow. Good hook set right in the side here. Let's get that out. Well, I guess maybe we needed to use that Magnum trick worm. Oh, that's what 2 hours almost of not getting a bite. And so subtle. And I get these weeds out of here. Alright. We got tangled up everywhere. Let me untangle this stuff. We still have a lot of weeds on the line. That's why I was saying earlier, heavy line in this situation. I normally use 15-pound. I don't know if that would have worked. Alright. My scale is kind of buried back there. I have a bunch of crap in here. Alright, let's hope these cameras don't die. Rapala grippers. Well, first I want to get a weight with the grippers so that we know we're on 0. £0 with the grippers. Alright. We know we're gonna have to stand for this. Let's see what this guy's at. Oh, it's a new PB. .5, guys. 6.5. Yeah, 6.5. I'm gonna try to see if we can get him some water real quick. He's still pretty lively. I would like to try to get a length on him. I would like to try to get a length on him. Oh man, how big that guy is. Oh, holy cow, I can't even probably get him completely in the picture. Speaking of pictures, I should probably grab my phone. These little rulers, they just hard time staying on there when they're wet like this. See? Let's try to get his mouth closed. Alright, mouth is closed. He is 22 and a half inches. Alright guys, let's let him go. Wow, that was the biggest fight I've ever had with a bass before. At least 15 minutes down there in those weeds. Alright buddy, look at how huge he is. Look at the size of that guy. I can fit my whole hand easily in his mouth. Thank you, buddy. You ready to go? Oh man, that thing is just massive. Man, I have not caught like any bass really in a month. I've caught a few little small ones. That was amazing. Thank you guys for being here for that. Hopefully you stuck around for some of that fight. I'll try to cut some of it out because it was a long fight. Thank you guys.